Bethesda have just released a new beta update for Starfield. This went live on the 1st of December, and it is really small and very disappointing. It's mainly disappointing because it features a patch for an extremely well-known, let's say, glitch or bug to get yourself a whole host of weapons. And that is the weapon case outpost bug, or glitch, or whatever you want to call it, which is a massive shame because that was such a good way to get loads and loads of awesome weapons in an extremely short amount of time. Now, if you don't know what the beta branch is, this is only available on PC, and if you do want to jump in and check it out, there's not really all too much there, which is a massive shame. I was very disappointed to see this update. The patch notes went live, and these are the patch notes here. As you can see, it is just two things. They've addressed an issue that would cause space matter to become stuck in a player's ship during space travel. Loading a save will now remove the space Klingon. Please note that this fix should address any space matter being stuck in your travels, but not in instances where player ships have New Atlantis attached. A fix for that will be released in a later update. And then, as you can see for the outposts, they have fixed an issue that prevents random guns from spawning in a newly created weapon case after loading a save. Now, that was an awesome glitch. It was so much fun, and you could come away with millions and millions in credits worth of weaponry, which was great. And yeah, I like that they are patching the bugs, because I've done a few videos on how you can actually get these weapons legitimately, so check that video out. It's in the top right corner right now. But as for the actual size of the update, very disappointing. Are they winding down for the Christmas period? Are they winding down updates and staff or general roles? Or are the team sort of shifting focus onto something major that we could be seeing in the future? I would very much like to think that it is the latter of the two, and that we'll be starting to see news on the Shattered Space DLC, which, as we've already gone over in the past, going through some of their bits and bobs that they've done when it comes to Fallout or Skyrim, they've had that sort of 4 to 6 month window between those first major DLCs. So we could be seeing something towards the back end of February, sort of mid-March. That is if they are going off of previous release windows. And hopefully that is the case. But will we get to see some trailers or something along the lines for that? I hope so very soon. Hopefully we get something towards, well, before the year ends, or some news at least, or even a bigger update. There are no actual notifications of when this will go to main and come out on Xbox, which, you know, you Xbox guys, you can still smash it out. Well, everybody can still smash out the glitch if they really want to. But it just says it will be going live for all Xbox and PC players. But at the moment, it's just currently in those beta stages. But unfortunately, it seems like we are seeing very small updates and nothing too major when it comes to gameplay bug fixing. There are obviously major bugs that they are fixing and doing those as quickly as they can, which is great. But I was hoping that we'd see a little bit more in terms of content being added. Maybe new weapons being added, new armor pieces, or something along those lines. Or maybe even some sort of changes to the, not so much changes to the storyline, but changes in the way that your speech affects you. I've played through New Game Plus several times. I've got to New Game Plus 11 now, and there aren't really any major story changes compared to what we've seen in previous Bethesda titles, which is a shame. And hopefully that is something that they'll expand on in the future. But when it comes to the new DLC, obviously we have seen something along the lines of a starship builder, which is basically like the key, the space station there. That is something that is already incorporated in the actual game itself, but it wasn't finished and made readily available, but it is there in the files, so the groundwork is there. Could Shattered Space be something to do with that, or could that be something that they release before Shattered Space? Or is it just something that's going to be coming out in a standard update without any DLC requirements? I'd assume not. I think people will 100% pay a lot of money for that. Obviously, they have spoken about the Creation or Creator Hub, which will be their main port for mods for everybody, so everybody gets a chance to play the mods and enjoy them. We don't see anything about that yet. They have said that that would be coming early 2024, So hopefully we get some more news in that regard relatively soon. When it comes to these updates, though, I would definitely like to see more substance in them, a little bit more communication from the team, or maybe even a roadmap to see what they're going to be doing when it comes to these DLCs or the parts and files that are already in the game. When it comes to mods, there is so much out there at the moment when it comes to building your spacecrafts, traversing space itself. Obviously, a lot of big criticisms were for the loading screens and the issues that we had there, where it is taking you a lot of time traversing menus to get from one place to another. So there are mods out there that can actually stop that. You can fly your ship from one location to another without having to actually go into any menus, which is great. But those are things that I think should have been in the game from the get-go, and hopefully that is something that they could work in without the use of mods. I'm looking forward to the creation or creator center, whatever it's called, so we can jump in and test out loads of these features that the modders have provided us. There's so many out there. The game is so good on its own, but with those mods, it's absolutely phenomenal, and they've really, really changed the course. And I think mods are going to be something that continue to improve and add to the overall gameplay and the arc of the game and keep it going. Todd has said that they've got a 5-year plan for Starfield, but if they continue to put out tiny little boring updates like this with absolutely no substance, I don't know how that 5-year update would go. It seems like they're going to place a lot of that 5-year emphasis on mod support, because we haven't seen anything from them that says, oh, this is what we're going to be doing over the next 5 years, we're going to be adding this, we're going to be doing that. Which is a shame. It would have been nice to see maybe even not so much a roadmap for 5 years, but a roadmap for 2024 to let us know what we're going to be doing, what's going to be happening, and how things are going to progress over the next year or so. Starfield has only been out for a couple of months, and many people are still absolutely loving it. It is still up there on the Steam charts, and I think knowing what is coming in the future would definitely keep people hooked for a lot longer. I myself have done with the main storyline. I find it a little bit boring now, so I'm just going through so many of those side quests, and I think the side quests are really where the game shines. So seeing some more incorporation to the main story and making it a little bit more fluid and more versatile, so you can pick different options and decide really what you want to do and change the overall storyline through your decisions, is something that should really be worked in some form of update. And that shouldn't really be left for the modders. It will probably be something that the modders try to do, but I think that is Bethesda's, really, that's their job, and they should get on to that, because compared to previous freedoms in Bethesda titles, this one really does lack it. That is really my main criticism for the game, but hopefully we get to see a little bit more of that in the future. When it comes to the fluidity of the main stories. But what do you guys think? What do you want to see? Let me know down in the comments below. For now, though, we're going to wrap that one up there. Hopefully you have all enjoyed. If you have, drop a like on the video and stick around for much more Starfield content.